What's up,
Fight
fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. I'm your host, Lexi.
And it's Billy here.
And it's time to
take it to the
ring. Alrighty, guys, on this episode of WrestleCap, we'll be reviewing AEW Dynamite. This episode was epic last night.
Yeah, it was definitely Dynamite. This episode was an explosion. And it starts off right off the bat. We get to see Tony Khan center ring, and he makes the huge announcement. And I'm sure all of you fight fans, most of you have probably already heard this, but he bought ROH. He is the new owner. That is a huge deal.
Yes.
I'm just, wow. And it was huge news. I know, yeah, you and Lady J were kind of talking about it too. She was just as excited.
She was really excited. And I think we were even more excited was because we predicted this yesterday. We literally said yesterday on Kick-Ass and Coffee that that was the title of our video, was Tony Khan buying ROH. And then that happened.
Well, I know like Tommy Mack, he'd been talking about it for a while. You know, he was saying the same thing. And he kind of thinks it's going to be almost like a NXT for AEW. So you're going to see a lot of prospects and a lot of grooming coming out of ROH and getting bumped up into AEW. So it'll kind of be like a farming program. It's huge news, man. Good for him.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
In 3 years, he's already buying other companies. That's awesome. Good for him.
That is crazy.
And then almost like immediately after this huge news, Bryan Danielson comes out. Like, he doesn't waste any time at all. AEW goes right into the action with probably one of the better matches of the night. You know, it was a slow paced match, but it was a lot of fun to watch.
We got a hello from Joseph. He was at our live just an hour ago. Hello.
Hey. What's up, Joseph?
Hey.
Yeah, I saw you got on there.
Yes, he was in our comments. And so after we see Bryan Danielson come out, you think that, you know, Tony Khan's not bringing anyone else out. But no, Christopher Daniels comes out. Yeah. Now, these two have not fought in 20 years in ROH, since the first main event.
Yeah.
And Danielson is out with the first takedown. Both men kind of kept the pace, though.
Yeah, it was a very technical match. You know, Danielson, he gets like the first cover, and he had his arms like bent backwards. It was a kind of a weird thing. He rolled it. Yeah, there it is. He kind of rolls him down and then steps onto his arm and still holding him into that chicken wing. And it was a kick out on twos. This was really early on in the match too. And I mean, gosh, what about that fallen angel from Daniels? Wow, 50 years old. He's pulling off moves like that. Absolutely fantastic. Then he throws the American Dragon back into the ring and hits him with the blue thunder bomb. That was great.
That's epic. If I don't age like that, I demand a refund on life because come on, like at 50 years old, that is epic.
He looked great.
I can't even do that at my age. Imagine 50. Oh God. But Danielson was, you know, keeping the pressure on the entire match. And, you know, Daniel's eye like looked like they were gonna pop out of his eyes. He had like this blood vessel.
Did you see that?
That popped.
It looked like he was possessed or something. His whole eye was bloodshot. And I don't know if it was he went into the match like that or he took a pop, but this was
if you've ever had a blood vessel like popped, have you ever had that happen to you before?
No, never.
So I had that happen in my hand, and I had a friend who had happened in their eye, and like something usually causes it. Like it usually is there, but there's like something that causes it like to kind of erupt or whatnot.
Oh, actually bleed.
Yeah, in the middle of the match, there must have been some sort of movement that caused it to. It's weird because it bursts like inside.
Yeah.
And it just spreads out in your eye, and it's so creepy and.
It was really, like I said, he looked like he was possessed or something. I mean, it had to hurt his vision. You know, if blood's going across your cuticle like that, or not your cuticle, your pupil.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you see? But this was just a great match. A ton of fun to watch. There was, at one point, they were countering counters with another counter.
Yes.
It was also a little slow, very technical, but still very entertaining.
Kind of reminded me, like this match reminded me of like UK, like NXT UK style.
It did have a lot of that vibe. A little bit more old school.
Absolutely. And the American Dragon finished this match with a moonsault and a triangle sleeper and held on even after the bell. Man.
That was fantastic. What a nice little sequence. A moonsault into a triangle. The guy's
Yes.
crazy good. Danielson, he just kept on whooping his butt after that. The bell rang, he won, and he just keeps on going. And then he calls out Jon Moxley too. And
Yeah.
who comes out? Jon Moxley. He's not gonna take a call out and not say nothing.
Yeah,
So he came stomping through.
Of course. He can't not let anyone speak on his name unless he's present. And Moxley is like letting everyone know that he is not going down easy on Sunday. And then they square up and Moxley like rolls out. It was a fun little like promo we got there.
Yeah. You got it look like they're about to fight. And he's like, nope, psych. Gotcha. Just rolls out. It's funny. But I mean, next up, we got to see FTR versus Dante Martin and Darius Martin. So this Darius is coming back after that huge ACL tear. He was gone for like a year. And man, they just waste no time at all. They just take off. This was a really fast match.
It did. It started off very fast and high paced, and the very, very beginning, FTR gets laid out. I mean, these brothers are looking great in this match.
That shot was so hard to get, like a flying double drop kick.
Yes, this was epic. This was so epic, and this is an elimination tag team match. As we know, and every 90 seconds, a new team comes out.
Yeah. I think they were calling the Casino Royale elimination match.
Yes, Battle Royale.
For that three-way tag that's coming up with Jurassic Express.
That's this weekend, right?
I think it's on Sunday for the Revolution show. So that's going to be a three-way tag team for the championship. That's going to be cool.
That's going to be epic. And of course, who else would come out rapping? The Acclaim. They come out and they're Acclaim. They're spitting a few bars. They're doing their thing. It was pretty decent. Yeah.
I don't remember what they said, but I was like, okay, he's out there.
Yeah.
So it's like, so now there's 6 men out there, and the Acclaim spent most of the 90 seconds just rapping. And then by the time they're done, they get into the ring, and then the next group of guys come out. So you see Dark Order, they're out next, and 10 just comes in with this great power slam, and it's just craziness at this point. They're people everywhere. FTR's like sleeping in the corner. Guys are getting slammed. It's great.
It was great. And we get this Butcher and Blade out next. And, still no one has been eliminated at this point. Like you said, there is guys all over the ring.
Yeah. It was madness. It was so much fun to watch. Yes. Alan Angels, he's the first one to get eliminated. He gets dumped out. And then right after that, the Varsity Blondes, they come out. And they're all hyped up. Yay, great. And then Santana and Ortiz, they come out, not wasting any time. Just groups of people, one after another.
It was crazy. And the best friends, they're in. And the Varsity Blondes got eliminated next. It was quick. It was pretty quick, honestly.
Yeah, they were, what, 30 seconds? They were like in and out.
If that.
It's like, I mean, they barely made it the 90 seconds. But then, after that, the Young Bucks, they come out, and what an entrance. Just dripping with confidence. And they're just, look at that style. They come out, this love. And he's like, oh, you ready? And they go right for FTR. Right in it, cutting the head off the snake. Going right
and even Bullet Club comes out. It was epic. They're all really strong wrestlers. It was really cool to see. I wish it wasn't so fast, but
they were the ones that got dumped out in 30 seconds. Not Varsity Blondes. They were
not a crowd favorite though.
They were getting booed. Kind of crazy. I mean, their dad is Ass Man. Give them some respect.
You would think that they wouldn't, but they got booed out.
And then Bowens, just a huge show of strength. He dumped out 10, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy cow, he's really showing us how strong he is. Yeah. And then finally 2.0, they're the last group to come out. So there's still a ton of people in there at this point, even though people are starting to get eliminated.
Yeah, it was crazy to see that many people in the ring. It always makes me super nervous. I don't know why when I watch a match and there's so many people in the
It was
ring.
crazy.
It was crazy. And then freaking Danhausen shows up and he's
Yeah.
with his evil curse on Evil Uno and he gets dumped by Trent. And I always love, I don't know why, I think it's hilarious when Danhausen comes out, but
Yeah. I don't think he's ever going to get in the ring and wrestle. He's just going to come out and put curses on for the best friends.
Yes.
It's good stuff. But the last three teams that are still in it, you have FTR, Young Bucks, and then Top Flight and the Martin brothers.
Yes.
And wow, what a cool matchup, man. This was a fun. So Dante and Cash, they got eliminated at the same time. They kind of both fell out at double elimination. And this was just a ton of fun.
It was. We got a few comments we mixed,
awesome.
actually. So, yeah, someone corrected us. It is actually the Casino Tag Royale battle.
Casino Tag Royale. Thank you.
Yes. And
I'm dyslexic. If you
somebody else, it's okay. Somebody else said, I suspect Varsity Blondes will be changing soon due to the Julia situation.
Yeah, we heard some speculation on that a couple weeks back. I'm not sure if it's Twitter stuff or
yeah. And Joseph hated the Danhausen bit. You don't like the evil.
It's funny. It's funny. It's a distraction. That's all it is. It's no different than any other distraction in a wrestling match. It's funny. That's all. Absolutely. He's a goofball. He's a character.
He is a character. And so back to this match. Red Dragon comes out. He's helping the Young Bucks. FTR is out. And now it's just Young Bucks and what's his name? Darius. Yes.
Yeah. Darius. So which is crazy. This is pretty much a handicap at this point. So it's just 1 or 2 against 1. And this is the first time I've seen Darius, and he was doing great. I mean, he really held his own. He's impressive.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen him as well. And I think he did really well. Like, considering a lot of these matches were very short, like very cut and quick to the point, I think he did a really great job. And, now it's Matt Jackson and Darius. They're toe-to-toe. And, like, Matt almost got eliminated. It was, like, this close. And Matt ends up hitting a low blow to the nuts. That looked painful. And then a super kick winning the match. I mean, they will now be moving on to the 3-way tag team championship match on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which is really
craziness.
Cool. Yeah.
So I didn't see that coming there for a minute. I really thought Dante and Darius were going to get it, man. They were doing great the entire, and they were in pretty early and made it all the way to the end. So very impressive. Not for that cheap shot, which it was legal, nut shots never cool, but I guess you got to win. So, but then right after that, we got to talk about a roller coaster of emotion with the CM Punk and MJF story beef that we have going on. I mean, he's center ring and he's just looking serious. He's very stone cold. He's just, he's talking about what MJF said last week. And he kind of says what I'm thinking too. He thinks he's getting gaslighted. And he says, I don't think MJF is lying. I just question how sincere he is. And he kind of calls him out.
Yeah, it's true. And then we see that he asked MJF to come out. They want to have a good conversation. And of course, we want to hear the conversation. And Punk tells him, listen, he's been a bad guy too. And that hate will burn you up. It started off like, it was like a weird passive aggressive, like, that's like the kind of vibe I got off of it.
He was almost like daddy in him, like a lecture kind of. But also, you could tell he was trying to be nice. It was good intentions, but it came off like still real aggressive. And then MJF just kind of, sad, head down, kind of listening the whole time. But I mean, he does have a point. And he puts his hand out, almost to say sorry. And MJF just comes in for like the sweetest hug. And I was like, whoa, man, the whole time I'm thinking, okay, something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. And I see this and I'm like, wow, it was very sincere. It was a hug,
Yeah.
And I was kind of waiting for MJF to kind of look up and look like, you smell nice, so.
Oh boy. I mean, we have seen a whole new side of MJF this year. We saw him cry. We see hugs. This is the man who used to roast the shit out of people. When did we get to hugging?
He's a savage.
He's a savage. But no, guys, this wasn't just all sweet. Trust me. Of course, it's not MJF if he didn't do this, but MJF, he kicks Punk right in the nuts and then hits him with this like heat seeker. Poor guy.
Look at that. Just like field goal kick the guy. I think he got his butthole and nuts.
Yeah.
Poor guy. So dirty.
Oh my God. That's crazy. And yeah, I mean, I think we kind of expected, we didn't expect him to be all sweet and nice this entire time.
I was like, ha.
Yeah, and we see Wardlow and Pears come out and give MJF.
Spears,
and Spears come out and give MJF the ring, and he kind of like clocked CM Punk, like knocking him out.
Cold.
Totally cold.
Wow. Yeah. And then you see FTR, they come in and they're stopping security from entering the ring. So like this whole beating can continue. You know, you kind of see him in the background. Look at Spears just laughing. So he was actually biting CM Punk at this point. He was just tearing him apart. And MJF, he's in there. He has Punk. He's bleeding all over the place. They're both wearing white. There's blood everywhere. And then Spears puts the collar on him for that match that we're going to see on Sunday. And yeah, look at this. It's just like he's sadistic. And he looks at him and he's yelling at his face and he's telling him, he goes, I'm a snake. You shouldn't have fallen for that. I'm the devil himself. Like, and Spears just leans back on the chain and starts choking him out.
It was crazy.
Just madness. Look at the shirt. It has that childhood picture.
I know. I was like, yes, this was cool to see. I didn't expect the match to go this way. But I kind of feel like the dog collar match at the end was the dog collar addition to it was a little bit unnecessary because it's like I would have wanted to wait to see the dog collar officially on Sunday, you know?
Yeah.
Like when it's supposed to happen. I feel like he definitely could have took him out a different way.
Knocking him out with the ring, biting him, choking him. Like he was beating the hell out of Punk, man.
Yeah, and so we end up seeing Darby, Sammy, Sting. They all come out to save Punk just in time, too, because he's just, like, fading out. It was crazy. I mean, there's a picture that we have. It's really clear on Kick-Ass and Coffee. I think it was, like, one that it was, like, a professional one. I don't think it was, like, live from the show. You could see his face. CM Punk's eyes are closed. He looks like he is drained and full of blood.
He was going like he was getting choked out. He was Spears is not a small guy, man. He was yoking back on that chain.
No.
It was just madness. It was crazy. Just brutal. You imagine what this match is going to be like on Sunday?
Oh my God.
They're going to be connected to each other with that thing.
They're going to kill each other.
Yeah, and MJF is saying he's the devil himself. Like he's got a lot to own up saying something like that. I think he's going to come out pretty twisted.
Seriously.
Wow. And CM Punk's got a dark side too. Don't let the, AEW police daddy CM Punk fool you. That's him, just the police of AEW. Don't let that fool you. He's got a dark side too.
Yeah. He can hold his own. Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
So next fight card of the night, we get to see Mercedes Martinez, your girl Thunder Rosa. Yep, coming out. She's going up against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Yes. I love Jamie. She's a good wrestler. We haven't seen very much of her lately, so it's good to see her back in the ring wrestling again.
We saw her get pushed into that table.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Last week on Rampage, I believe was it her that got pushed into the table?
I believe so.
Yeah, and that's really the most exposure I've seen of Jamie Hayter probably in a while. And so this was kind of cool to see, her not just as Britt Baker's, backup girl. Mm-hmm. She, actually she stood up for her name. And
she's got talent.
She's got talent. The fight starts on the ramp before the bell can even ring. Jamie's going at Martinez, and finally the bell rings. Britt and Rosa square up. It was a really great start.
Just nuts. These ladies have so much beef going on, and they don't mind hiding it. And then Britt was getting double teamed with, Martinez. Just clocked her from behind. And I'm sure it's not the first time Britt's been double teamed, but she came right back with a real nice sling blade. And I was like, holy cow, she's coming in aggressive.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, after that, you saw that like really cool neck, like back that like, no, it wasn't a neck. It was a backbreaker from Jamie to Martinez. And then Britt followed up with that thrust kick.
Mean.
I mean, man, Jamie was like, at that point though, Jamie did look a little bit tired. You could tell.
I noticed that too. She was definitely winded. She looked tired. She was rolling off to the side, trying to get a breath. So you could definitely tell it's been a while since she's been in the ring. But then, your girl Thunder, she comes in with that Death Valley driver to Britt. And, these two ladies just start beating the crap out of each other. I mean, they're tough and they're handing out a beating.
Yeah. And outside of the ring, we get Martinez and Jamie and Rebel, and they're all out of the ring. And Thunder Rosa nails Britt with this huge driver, gets the win.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was impressive. So it was a smart move, definitely keeping Jamie out of there, because that's what she does. Hayter would have came in and broke that up in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then next fight card, my man Wardlow. He's 44-7. That's an impressive record.
Yeah.
For a guy that's supposed to be just MJF's bodyguard, not even a wrestler.
I know.
That's impressive. And he's going against Cesar. I think it's pronounced Bonani. I'm not 100%. I've seen him before. I think it was in ECW. He is huge. He's a big guy. He's even bigger in person. I mean, his legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah.
And he did, like, the match that I saw, he jumped off of the corner post. And I'm not even over exaggerating. He almost hit the ceiling. That's how high he jumped up and how big he is. Insane.
It's crazy. We had some comments we missed on the MJF stuff. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, guys. Yeah, jump in.
They said the storytelling was very good. I can agree. I like the storyline of it all.
I love what they're doing. This is one of the better beefs that I've seen in a while. I'm loving it. MJF, I'm a huge fan. What a great bad guy. I love it.
And someone else said they knew MJF was playing us after last week's promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the sneaking suspicion. I was just like, all right, when's it going to happen? I didn't see the kick to the nuts coming, though. Or the hug.
No, not the hug either. And someone else said booking of this feud has been meh. Women's division bookings in AEW has been lackluster recently, and all of Britt's feuds have been the same.
Yeah, I agree with the Brit stuff. They definitely need to get more creative. It just seems like she harps on a couple people and can't let it go. That's really the whole thing. But Mercedes Martinez, turning face and teaming up with Thunder Rosa. And then Ty Conte? She's going to go up against Ty Conte. That's going to be a good one. Yeah. So they're switching up a little bit. And, AEW has a lot of women's talent. They're good. They're hardcore wrestlers. Yeah. But WWE has a little bit more showmanship from the ladies over there. They're entertaining in a different way.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so we'll get back into this match. And someone else said Rosa is ready for the belt, depending on what they want to do at Revolution.
I agree. I could see her definitely getting a run, her or Ty Conte, especially since Ty Conte's dating Sammy. So, they're going to be, that's a great story in itself.
Yeah.
And when they come together and they both have it, we might see that with Britt Baker and Adam Cole.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna we never know. I don't think Paige is actually going to lose. He's going to destroy that little man. But
oh boy. Well, we'll get back into this match. So almost instantly, his last name is Bonani, I believe.
Bonani, yeah.
Bonani found himself in this powerbomb position, and Wardlow gave him about 3 to 4. We know Wardlow is like the man of power bombing, and he gave him about 3 or 4 and takes the win. Like
against that huge guy, like that picture, he's bigger than Wardlow.
Yeah,
he is bigger than him. And absolutely. How he found himself in that position, he should have known better, man. And then Wardlow, just so impressive, man. It just really shows us how strong he is. Yeah. And then Spears, he was behind there all pissed off. He was looking on like, come on, man, really, the powerbomb? And the crowd loves it. Yeah. But, after the match, like Sean, he has to come in, tries to hit him with the chair, and Wardlow's like, no. And just stops him. So I think the tide has changed with Wardlow and MJF and Spears and all of that. He's kind of starting to get his own voice.
Yeah, absolutely. And backstage, we see Spears and Wardlow. They're with MJF, and he tells Wardlow if he wins the ladder match, he can keep the belt, but then throws in, like, well, you're not going to win it anyways. So it's like, that, what kind of motivation from a coach
Yeah.
is
He's
that?
not a coach, you know? And I mean, Warlow, he kind of comes right back with this nice little comment. Because again, he's finding his voice. He's starting to stick up for himself. He's like, well, yeah, because I'm always making sure you win. And
Yeah.
MJF turned around and showed Warlow his pimp hand and smacked Warlow in the face. I mean, like a bitch slap, a pimp hand.
Yeah.
He slapped the shit out of that man. And he just like took it. Warlow's just, pissed and took it. And then he goes into him. He's like, listen, you work for me. You're my bodyguard. You're not a professional
Yeah.
wrestler. I will make sure you and your family end up on the streets. And that was that face to face. And Warlow just kind of took it. And
Yeah.
MJF put him in his place.
I kind of feel like they have a very weird dynamic. It's like they like help each other out. And that's what I meant by like coaching. I feel like they like not
he
even
pays.
so much.
It's all about money.
It's
He
all about
pays
money.
all
Yeah.
of that inner circle. Like everybody underneath MJF, he pays.
He pays.
But
Yeah.
I mean, talk about huge balls, man. Walking up to that man and slapping him.
And then saying you're gonna put his family out on the street. Like, come
Right?
on. That's a low blow. That's a really
Man, MJF, you're a savage.
savage, man. And the main event of the night, we have Adam Page, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds versus Adam Cole and the Red Dragon.
Yeah, with Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes.
They're such a great tag team. I love seeing them.
Right.
But like almost instantly, you see the Adams face off. First Cole, as soon as it happens, Cole goes over real fast and tags out. He doesn't want anything to do with Page. And Page and Fish, they kind of start off the match. And Fish gets this really nice, like spinning back heel kick and just sends it to Page, and he eats it for lunch, man.
Yeah, that was really epic. That spring heel kick. I haven't seen one like that, at least in the past few episodes. I feel that was really
he's a
cool.
Muay Thai guy. He's good with his legs.
Yeah, and Silver and Reynolds get this like cool like rolling leg flip, and that they did to O'Reilly. O'Reilly's now in, and he gets this really nice combo, beating up Reynolds. It all that bit happened so quick, but like if you have the time,
that was a crazy little roll up. Like they each had a leg and like flung them. I don't even know what you would call that. It was pretty creative. But man, O'Reilly is looking good, man. He's in great shape. He's keeping up the pace and just using the entire ring. At one point, he's outside of the ring, running around, back into the ring, hits a lariat. The guy's so impressive. I love seeing him in AEW.
I do too. And, of course, Cole got Silver in this tight headlock. And then Silver took a power slam, but somehow was able to kick out on two. I did not see that happening.
Yeah, I was like, no, meat man.
Yeah.
The entire match, too, Cole is just scared of Page. Did you see? He's just like running away, tags in. Page comes in, Cole goes out. Page is out, Cole comes in.
Oh, boy. This is funny. It was like a game of tag.
Yeah.
And, Page nailed this great power bomb to Kyle. But again, a kick out on two. And, I feel like Kyle in this match particular was really showing us like his capabilities, his strengths. I mean, I've never seen this side of him as a wrestler in general. I haven't seen much of him. But in particular in this match, I feel like you really could see the potential. I mean, he already is great, but like they really should utilize him more because he's a great asset.
We didn't get to see that when he was in NXT with Wagner.
Yeah.
A lot of the kicks and combos, he's a good fighter, man. He really knows what's up. But finally, we get to see the Adams face off.
Fear's out.
Yeah, and they just like start trading blows, just doing that classic like I'll give you one, you get one, and then everybody jumps in and everybody's just trading blows back and forth. Just craziness.
Yes. And Joseph is leaving. He's gonna eat his breakfast. Bye, Joseph.
All right, man. Eat for me. I haven't had any
yet. Yes.
I need to eat.
Me too. And Dean's asking, how are you guys? We are doing good on this Thursday.
Fantastic. The weather is beautiful. We've got a nice busy day lined up. Busy week for wrestling. We're going to be at the AEW Dark match tonight. Lady J and Tommy Mac and I. So that's going to be a ton of fun. Yeah. And then Control Your Narrative on Saturday.
You guys have a freaking packed weekend.
Gosh, yeah. And then we have Revolution on Sunday. We'll be reviewing that on Monday.
Oh my God.
Crazy. Busies.
You're going to have a headache.
Is nuts.
Yeah.
I love it though.
I love it. And so we'll go back into this match. We see Reynolds. He hits Cole in the corner with this super kick, and Cole came right back with another super kick of his own, pulled down the knee pad of, Reynolds, and then dropped the boom on Reynolds from behind. And that was it. Once that happened, I'm like, it's over. Cole took the win.
It was nasty. That poor guy did not see it coming, man. And when the pad comes off, it's just that much more devastating. But then, after the match, you see Red Dragon come in with Cole, and they jump Paige.
Yeah.
Just like running him down before the match on Sunday, I imagine. Just trying to beat him up. But it's like, geez, man, these guys never end.
It's insane. I always think it's like, I think it's funny and not funny when they still continue even when the match is over. Because some part of me feels bad. Right? Because I'm like, some of them are probably exhausted, tired, and like it's a very high intensity, even though we see 5-10 minutes. Really, they're going on for longer, but we only get to see the highlights. So
even like when I wrestled back in the day, like tournaments, at 3 minutes is exhausting. Like you're so tired. So I couldn't imagine trying to go out there for 15, 20 minutes. And then you got the guys over in New Japan that are in there for an hour. Like beating the hell out of each other. Not slow. I mean, really tearing each other up.
Really crazy. And this ends with, they end up taping Paige to the ropes, and Cole just beats the crap out of him, then lays the belt on him. And the tape was definitely a clever dirty. Backup, I guess.
You look like Jesus strung out in a crucifix, It's poor guy.
It was like, of all things, tape, you could have put him on a chair or something. I don't know.
And then beat him up on top of that. And then the belt on his shoulder was just disrespect. That was just salt in the wound, and like smacking him. It's like, I hope this match is going to be clean, because I got a feeling Red Dragon's going to be coming in, messing this match up. And that'll probably be the only way Adam Cole can get that belt. Because in a square match, I think Paige would tear him up.
I think there is going to be so much from this weekend that is like, we're not going to expect. We're going to come back on Monday and be like, what the hell? Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. And, and then we have WrestleMania, the road coming up too, the WrestleMania. That's insane. It's
absolutely crazy. And alrighty, guys, like, as you know, at Take to the Ring here, we like to give each fight card a rating. So let's get started. We've got 5, which is
Fight Forever. And then we got 4,
which is This Is Awesome.
And then 3 is the You Still Got It.
We've got 2, which is What?
Yep. And then 1, worst of all, Boring. We're gonna be way better. Trust me. So this was a solid episode. Not only did we get great news, we got great wrestling matches. So I think it earned a solid 4.
Me too. I think it earned a solid 4 at that. I think,
yeah,
even 4.5. Really, honestly,
it was an awesome episode. It really was.
Not a point where I was bored. Like, not one point you're bored. And
so happy for Tony Khan too, man. He's saved wrestling. Tony, we love you, man. Yes. I know you love us, but we love you. We love you, man. Thank you. This is going to be great. I can't wait to see what he was going to do. My friend Jovi and I, we were kind of speculating on whether or not he was going to try to buy Impact or ROH.
Oh.
And I thought Impact, he could do a lot over there, like kind of change the direction that's going to be going.
Yeah.
But him with ROH, turning that into hopefully a farm, very cool.
That's really cool to see. And, I did hear, you heard it here first, some speculation about him possibly streaming through HBO Max.
Oh, I saw that this morning from the Fight Kitties. Yeah. That'd be really cool. That'd be the first like wrestling streaming channel, right?
Yeah. I mean, Peacock has...
I guess they include WWE, but they don't have all wrestling. Well, I guess AEW.
Well, HBO Max isn't going to be all wrestling.
Oh, okay.
It's I don't know if you
just
have
AEW?
HBO Max right now, but HBO Max is just a streaming platform. You can watch shows and everything like that. So I'm thinking they're probably just going to have a section for it. And now that it's AEW and ROH, they're probably both going to be on there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And they were saying that
similar
like ROH
what Peacock has with WWE.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
They said that ROH is almost kind of going to be like the next NXT of AEW.
Yeah.
Like that's the best way to explain it. So I'm excited. There's a lot that is to come within the next few months.
Ring of Honor and AEW.
Yes.
Wow. It's just so cool. So cool.
Such a crazy lap, like crossover.
Yeah. And then what we have NXT UK today. That's going to be at 4, guys. Make sure you check that one out. I'll be reviewing it tomorrow. Lexi's going on a very cool vacation.
I am. So I'll be, but you know, I say very cool, but the word cool is literal, like -8 degrees cool. That's how cold it's going to be.
That's
so
cool. So cool.
I don't think Billy's jealous. I actually think he's happy that he's not going.
It's going to be 80 here. I'm good with that.
He's like, I'm going to be tanning. Everything's good. But yeah, so you'll still have fun with Billy. And, you know, we had a comment. Someone else's
comments. Yeah, we got a 5. Yeah, I mean, it was solid.
It was solid. I think it was great. Promos also were great. He said his favorite match on this episode of Dynamite was Bryan Danielson and Christopher Daniels. That was unexpected.
It was a cool match. Yeah. And to see a guy that's 50 still that good and that competitive. Man, it's good on you.
Great.
And that was a great match. That was a ton of fun to watch, especially if you like jiu-jitsu and grappling and that sort of style. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. And Vincent said, heads up, Revolution will be playing in my town's theater. Yeah, for some of you that don't know, I believe it's here in Orlando, actually. Yeah. Vincent, you're an Orlando guy. Hello.
Very cool. You got to come out to NXT.
Yes, come meet us.
Join the Ticket to the Ring crew.
Yes. That'll be really cool to kind of, I think it's very interesting that they're having it in a theater. Have they ever done anything like that?
I don't know. I think that's a first.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think yesterday was Jackie was talking a little bit about that. She's been doing that stuff for a while. So I mean, that should be pretty cool. It's kind of supposed to be like a watch along kind of thing, right?
Imagine it's like 4D. That would be epic.
That would be getting so sprayed on you.
Like sprayed, your chair shaking. A power bomb would be like
right, vibrates, comes in at you.
Oh god, that would be cool. We should invent that. I feel like we'd make money off that.
Yeah, it'd be like the the Bug's Life at Animal Kingdom, like what they do. Only
oh my god, I love that. I'm like a child. I live for that. Yeah. Dean said, I love you. We love you too, Dean.
Yeah,
we love everyone here in the.
You guys are awesome.
In the Wrestleverse, you guys are great with your comments. Yeah, it really, it's so fun. I'm going to miss you guys tomorrow on NXT. I feel like our NXT days are so fun too.
Yeah, it's going to be a good episode. I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited. I'm going to hear all about it. And yeah, last week was a great NXT episode. So stay tuned with Billy. Make sure you watch that Wrestlecap with him. And take a moment to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, and guys, check out all our Wrestlecap videos. There's a little link right there below. Just click on that. We have a ton of stuff on there. We'll keep you up to date. So if you've missed any episodes, we're going to keep you in the loop.
Yes.
Right. Until next time, it's Billy here.
And I'm Lexi. Bye, guys.
Don't stop believing.